Welcome everyone to Dragon Quest FM. That's over Dragon Quest. I'm Austin,
I'm BJ.
and this week, I guess, is kind of us talking about Switch 2 a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit because you finally got
Question mark.
yours. Question mark. Yeah, like you've got yours in now and are able to kind of talk about your impressions of it, where I did it last time. And so I'm really curious on what you think about it because I know you've run into a few issues with it that I haven't had to deal with.
Mm. I don't want this to be Austin gripe session, but I hate the transfer
Mm,
system. It's not really
right.
designed with families in mind, the all or nothing approach, which is
Yeah.
weird because it's Nintendo, but it's like which is also not weird because Nintendo tends to do things in the least intuitive way possible.
Yes. Yes, they do.
But the fact that I couldn't just like send my account over to the Switch 2, I had to do mine and all my children's over to
Yep.
the Switch 2, caused them to lose progress, and like they have to if they want to keep like Nora wants to keep her Animal Crossing island. Well, now she's got to play it on the Switch 2, which like is like whatever, fine. Like honestly, if it weren't for that, the Switch 2 would just have been collecting dust the last 2 weeks. So like it's fine, but like I I don't know. I just thought the transfer thing was like really dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I've talked to you about it, and like I've talked to some people about it at work, but like none of them have kids. Like
Yeah.
I haven't talked to
Right.
anybody that uses their Switch more like a family system where there's like five accounts,
Yeah.
all on one Switch. So yeah, so anybody that's listening to this, if you thought it was the same or disagreed with me or whatever, have any advice, let me know because it's been a major annoyance because I could transfer some stuff back over to the original Switch
Yeah.
still. Um, but it's just kind of been one of those things where it's like the whole reason I was like, yeah, cool, Switch 2 for Father's Day, whatever,
Hmm.
was because then it freed up my Switch to be
Yep.
Nora's. So at that point, each one of my kids had a Switch if I moved on to a Switch 2.
Yep.
But now it's like we have two Switches and a kind of defunct Switch, and then the Switch 2 that everybody is wanting to use for their Animal Crossing island.
Which of
Um,
course now only has Nora's on there uh, because of the transfer. Because for those of you who don't know, if you've never played Animal Crossing, it saves everything that you do on a single Switch. So if you have, and it's console based, not user account based. So you have it the same island that you're playing on based on which particular console you're on. So like me and Jennifer are we're technically playing on the same Animal Crossing copy before they did the virtual game card thing, and we were just playing on two separate Nintendo accounts using the same digital version, but we had two separate islands because I was on a Switch Lite and she was on the main Switch. And so when Austin transferred this over, rather than starting a new island for that user account, it actually ported over the island that Nora had on her original Switch,
well,
which
it did that for everybody's. Like there's four different Animal Crossing islands. Rowan has one, Nora has one,
and it
Naomi
has
has
them
one.
all on one Switch
Yeah, with their different characters.
characters, but is it the same island?
I don't know. I don't watch them play it, but they're under the impression that it's different
It shouldn't
islands.
be.
They
Like
call
they
it.
should
Oh,
all
okay.
be on the exact same island. That's the thing. Like because when you transfer it back, you couldn't transfer it back to the other Switch because it's console based. Uh, so when you do it, like they're all playing
Oh,
on the
okay.
same island, just doing their
Okay.
own things on it, but you transferred that island to the new Switch, where when they log in on the old Switch, it now started up a different world. Basically, the
Oh, okay.
island is a different world, and they all share it. And so
Oh, okay.
even though you
Interesting.
back it up, that was the thing that I was showing you the other day. And for those of you who were who are listening be like, oh, you can just back up a Switch and restore it. Well, apparently it doesn't let you do that backwards to the regular Switch, Austin said. He tried it, and when he tried the backup, it didn't let him restore it back. So it's really frustrating. I understand because Jennifer and I haven't actually tried it, and I haven't opened up Animal Crossing on the Switch 2 yet because I'm scared that of how it will do, given that it was on my Nintendo account, but it was her island that she played. So we'll see.
Uh,
We haven't tried it
yeah,
yet because I'm scared because of this.
I mean, I was really disappointed. It was just the Switch 2, so it wasn't like the bundle. So
Right.
it was like I got it one afternoon and it was like, I've been working all day and I work in video games and then I have to spend the next 3 hours trying to do the Switch transfer and Googling to see if there's ways to just do specific accounts and all these other
Oh,
things that just felt like I was researching stuff like for work. And
I get
so
that.
eventually I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm just felt like I've worked 12 hours, so I'm just like not going to touch it. So came back the next day, did it, chipped away at it a little bit, and then realized that Animal Crossing didn't work. So I was mad about that. It's not the bundle, it's just the Switch 2.
Right.
I initially didn't have anything to play on it. We had um, what's that thing called? Welcome Tour. It's like a $10
Oh,
game.
yeah,
It's
the weird thing
that's
that's
like
like cheap Astro's
it.
Playground that's not
It should have
actually a whole
been.
thing.
It should have been Astro's Playroom, and it should have just been free on the
Playroom.
console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Nintendo had sent like the Screen Rant team some codes for that one to check
Oh,
out.
okay.
So I
Good.
got
You didn't
one.
pay for it because I
I
was
did.
like, why would you pay for this from what I've heard about it? So good.
I,
Good, good,
I
good,
I
good,
didn't
good.
pay for it. I lost interest pretty quick, and so did the kids. My wife actually really liked it. She sat there and played it for like a solid 90 minutes, which, if you
Wow.
know Grace, I mean, 90 minutes in one
That's a
go
pretty
is good for her, like almost unheard of.
yeah, I don't think I've
Um,
ever seen her play anything but like maybe Mario Party or 1-2 Switch that long.
but
And those are
but
taken off.
I found out whenever we were playing it, she told me that her the only game she's ever spent an entire day playing, like like in her life. Like there's
Yeah.
only one time that she spent the entire day playing a game, and it was a WarioWare game on the Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
which is
Wow.
similar to like what's in this with its mini games and all, which
Oh.
sounds which sounds insane to me because I had never really played WarioWare games, and we tried playing the one that's on Switch Online.
Yeah, me too. I tried it and I was like,
Um,
"Ooh, this is weird. I don't know if this is for me."
WarioWare is like I feel like I am strapped into like a chair in like some scientific like torture research center, and they're like flashing subliminal things at me, and I can't stand it. Like it makes me feel sick. It goes too fast.
It
It's
goes
too like
so
manic,
fast. Like they're not even
and
mini games. Those are micro games where they last like 2 seconds a piece sometimes. Like they
and
are
yeah,
nuts.
and I can't stand it. And I was like, man, this is like. I had, in like season 3 of Lost, whenever there's that like facility in the others and they find Carl in there and he's all
That's
drooling and stuff.
that's what I was thinking of actually. That is exactly what I was thinking of when and what the room they had Walt in when they were showing him the videos.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's the thing is like the entire time I was like playing WarioWare, like half expect it to like flash and be like, God loves you as he loves Jacob. And then like keep going on to the next one. Very timely Lost season 3 reference
Yeah,
for all of you who are listening from 2007.
that's
Um,
it's true.
but yeah, so I was like, man, this isn't good. But she liked it fine. She liked
Right.
it and she played it for 90 minutes and we have not gone back to it since. That was like day 3.
That sounds like that
Um,
kind of game though. Like it's that does not seem like the kind of game that you're just like hankering to get back to. It's an oh yeah, I have that game and you might hop back on sometime.
yeah, so I'm sure the Switch 2 will get some play once like when Pokemon Legends ZA comes out. That's like the
Right.
first game I can really think of. Um, I guess Dragon Quest 1 and 2.
Right.
Like maybe I'll play on
Maybe.
Switch 2. I'll probably go PS5 if I'm being honest, but like
outside of the handheld, I probably would too. The only reason I play things on Switch most of the time is if I really, really want the handheld version. And
Yeah.
so it with the way that you play right now, that doesn't even matter.
I would say, like, just before we move on, while we're on the subject here, um, like people who are listening, who maybe listened last episode and stuff like that, if anybody were to ask me if they should get a Switch 2, my answer would definitely be a no right now.
Mm.
Um, there's no reason to get it. Like as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, the disk drive on my PS5 had broken. And I wish that I just used that money to get a second PS5 or to fix the disk drive on my current PS5
Mm.
rather than get a Switch 2. Um, I I'd sold because I'm me, even though it was a Father's Day present, I sold Pokemon cards. I sold my Pokemon cards to pay for the Switch 2.
Oh.
Because I'm like, no, it's an expensive gift. I'm not just gonna accept that. I'm gonna have to sell Pokemon cards, which I had planned on getting with the PS5, but then I was like, no, Switch 2, whatever. I had enough. eBay gave me a little code where it was like, because I'd sold stuff, it was like, here's a $15 discount code,
Oh, nice.
if you buy something. So, so Grace had really wanted to play Mario Kart World. She thought it looked
Right.
good. So I had the $15 off code. So I found a seller that had it for
Yeah.
$75 with my $15 off code. I bought it for $60.
Oh, nice.
Which is a normal game price.
Right.
It's not even worth $60.
Dude.
I think it kind of sucks.
Dude, it's
Like
wonderful. Jennifer and I are playing it every
we
day still.
I'm sorry, we all went back to playing 8 Deluxe because my kids
Oh
and
man. I
the
do
the
not
track
like 8 Deluxe very much at all. Like
the
that's the thing. Like
tracks
it's so 8 Deluxe is one of those where I wish that it hadn't been as successful as it was because it's probably my least favorite Mario Kart except for the first one.
that's crazy. All of Mario Kart, so Mario Kart World, the problem is like when you're doing Grand Prix, they like follow in a line.
Yeah.
And so none of them really stand out. It just feels like one really long race.
Yeah.
Like the tracks don't feel that unique. Um,
And
there's
see,
not,
that's
it doesn't,
something that Jennifer and
I
I
don't know.
like because when we play it, one of the problems that we always have with Grand Prix is that you don't get to drive long enough. That we like the knockout races and stuff because it's consistent, constant play as opposed to having to start and stop and just do laps. That we really like the way that this one's put together.
Yeah. I don't know. My entire family hates it.
I don't understand how y'all's brains work. Like really, I was expecting like you to get this and really, really enjoy it like we have.
It's,
Uh
it's my, I really like the Wii one. That was probably the first one that I
we
like
is great.
bought that I can remember like as an adult, buying. The
Mhm.
Wii one was good. Grace and I actually really had fun with with the one that they included in the 2DS bundle that you could
Oh yeah,
get.
Mario Kart 7 I think is what that one is. Like it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we really liked it, and played it quite a bit. Mario Kart 8, just like straight up 8 on Wii U, we
Yeah.
really liked back when it was just on Wii U. We had fun with it.
Yeah.
And then when 8 Deluxe came out and then has all the bonus tracks on it now.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. The bonus tracks are really cool. Like a lot of the ones that they
yeah,
added in from like Mario Kart Tour really were great on the console.
yeah. So I don't know. If you fast forwarded past the first 15 minutes, my TLDR is Switch 2 kind of sucks right now. Mario Kart World kind of sucks right now, but I'm sure I'm gonna have fun with it in like 6 months.
And I mean, I agree with the sentiment that it's not worth paying full price for at this point. I don't know if I should have paid full price for it
Yeah.
now I've spent some time with it. I'm glad that I have it, and we have had a lot of fun with it. That's the thing. I've had a lot of fun with it. I don't know if I've had full price launch day fun. Launch full price full man, I can't even get that. Launch day full price fun
Launch
with
day
it.
full price
Launch
fun.
day full price fun. But I'm not going to cut that out either, so everybody gets to hear me stutter and stammer. I think that's funny. And but really, I don't know if it's that. We have had fun with it though. I don't regret it and like hate everything about it like you guys seem to have. But I also haven't run into the issues that soured me on it before going in on any of it either.
Well,
So
it's just like there's no reason. $500 is a lot of money.
It is.
And so, like, if anybody were to ask me, hey, Austin, should I spend $500 of my hard-earned money buying a Switch 2 right now? I would say no, because
Hmm.
there's like, I mean, and part of it is that, like, I mean, Mario Kart World, I just don't think is very good. And like, and that's really the only reason to get it at this
It
point, is
is.
if you really want to play Mario Kart World.
And
And
if you want better performance out of regular Switch games, that I do get better performance out of a lot of them. Like even games that have really crappy performance. Like I tried one, Torchlight 3, that I know runs like garbage on the original Switch, and it does run a lot better on Switch 2. I mean, it still got blurry, low res graphics compared to a lot of things, and they didn't do right with the graphics porting over, but it runs so much better in terms of performance. So if that is an issue for you, it does fix that issue. It is a much more powerful system compared to the Switch 1, just not compared to the PS5.
yeah, I think the other thing is like when, like, okay, the Switch launched with Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
right? Which I mean, how are they going to repeat that
Yeah.
ever? But even without that, it's like the PS5 like launched and came with Astro's Playroom, which was just
Yep.
so good. It immediately
So
let you
good.
play something. It was no additional cost, and it was fun. You know, like the original Wii had the sports that you could
Yep. It
play
had Wii
with it and
Sports with
everything.
it, and it was
Yeah,
great. Like that
and
was like a system that was literally a system seller for so many people.
so it's just kind of so it's like the of like the of the consoles that I've bought like at launch, it's like the Switch 2 just is like the most boring one by like a
Mm,
mile when you
yeah.
factor in those other things. Because it's like okay, I because you have sports, that's a really fun game.
Yeah.
You have Astro's Playroom, that was really really fun. Breath of the Wild was amazing, and then
And then
you can
this.
pay $80
Yeah. It's
for a Mario Kart game.
it's unfortunate that they raised the prices on this the way that they did, and I don't think there would be nearly the outcry against the Switch 2 if they weren't as expensive as they are. I don't I don't know if we're gonna get Donkey Kong Bonanza when it comes out as much as we wanted it, or anything like that, just because of the price. We'll have to see what kind of contracts me and Jennifer get over the next little bit. But when it and Metroid Prime 4 come out,
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4 is the one that I'm really looking forward to, that I'm
Mhm.
going to be saving up to get, because I'm really looking forward to giving it a shot, because I never gave the first ones the shot that they deserved when they were new. That I didn't I wanted a 2D Metroid like was on the GBA
Yeah.
whenever the whatever the console was, the GameCube came out. So
Yeah.
when it wasn't what I wanted, I thought it was absolute trash. And so I've not since then, and I know how many years that's been, gone back and really given it a real shot. And so I'm going to do that with Metroid Prime 4, and it looks really amazing. But that's the main one I'm kind of holding out for right now in terms of Switch 2 titles, like
Which I
exclusives.
which I think fits within my theory that like you should get a Switch 2 in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Because like Prime 4, I don't doesn't have a release date yet, but it's 2025.
So it'll
And
be Christmas at least
I,
here,
I
most likely.
I'm thinking it's probably November because you
Think so?
have yeah, because Nintendo is doing that thing again where they do like one
Oh,
so
yeah. One major release
you
every month.
You have World right now, then you have Bonanza, then they just announced today when we're recording this about the I can't think of what it's called, the wheelchair basketball game.
I know what it is, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Drag X Drive, Drive X Drag, Drag X Drive, I think
I
maybe
don't
what it's
know.
called. They announced that for August. Pokemon Legends ZA is October. So,
November,
um,
it would make sense for Metroid Prime 4 to come out.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
So,
it's probably, um, like around then.
yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I can't think of anything in September yet, but
But I would love for it to
Um,
be September, but I don't know if they're going to preempt Pokemon with Metroid. Uh, and I don't
I
know if
think
it's
those
ready.
audiences, I think those audiences might be like different enough that it doesn't matter.
I know there's overlap, but yeah, you might be right that
Like,
there's because you don't have kids get families getting into Metroid Prime like you do Pokemon.
well, Pokemon is one of those games that I feel like you either get at launch or you don't,
Mm,
and everybody kind of has their mind made up already.
yep.
Where it's kind of like, okay, Pokemon's coming out, I'm getting it, or Pokemon's coming out, I'm waiting,
Yeah.
not interested. Like it's one of those series that's like so popular, and even people who don't play it are familiar with it, where it's
Yep.
either like I want this or I do not want this.
Right.
And so I think that's why it wouldn't necessarily matter, but I still think they'll probably spread them out a little bit. Um, but but yeah, so
Yeah.
that's been my Switch 2 experience for like the last today's Tuesday, right? Is it
Yeah. This
Tuesday?
is Tuesday, so
So I've had it for a little over a week now, about a week and a half.
and
Um,
so you still haven't like it makes me sad that you've had such a negative experience with it.
it's just like there's not really a reason for me to play it. Like my kids and I had started playing Lego Lord of the Rings on PS3
Hmm.
before the Switch 2 came out, and we were playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch still some of the
Yeah.
time. And then like they were playing, Animal Crossing in their own time, like Minecraft and stuff. But like that was really it. And it's like, I'm still playing Lego Lord of the Rings on PS3 and really looking forward to the new Tony Hawk game that comes out in like two
Right.
weeks. Um, but um, but yeah, I do. Um, I wish that I'd just gotten another PS5
Mm,
or fixed my broken PS5 instead of a Switch 2 at this point.
yeah.
Um, at some point, there's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive that comes out that I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to play it.
Right.
Um, but that is not right now, or honestly for the foreseeable rest of the year. I mean, even Pokemon
Yeah.
is coming out on Switch and has like the upgrade and all, and it's like and so many of the Switch 2 games right now. I think the other thing is that like so many of them are either just Switch games that I have already, but with
Right.
like a $10 upgrade or a free upgrade with NSO. But it's like I don't really want to play Tears of the Kingdom again right now.
Yeah.
And or it's like or like Cyberpunk. It's like here's a game. Like I read an article a few days back saying that their third party games are not really selling on the
Yeah. I
Switch
saw
too right
that.
now. And it's kind of like, well, like when you look at the games that are third party for Switch 2 right now, it's like, okay, here's Cyberpunk 2077,
Right.
which came out 5 years ago, that most people, if you wanted to play it, you've probably already
Yeah.
played it. It's kind
I
of
haven't
like
played the DLC, but yeah, I've played the game.
there's a joke in The Office, like season 2, about iPods, that it's like, if you haven't got an iPod already, you really don't want one. That's in one of the seasons of The Office. And
Hmm.
it's kind of a similar thing with Cyberpunk, where it's like, if you haven't played Cyberpunk already, you probably don't want it. And
Yeah.
you probably don't want to spend $70 on it
Exactly.
when you can already get it. So I get that those games are not selling very well. And I think all of those, like, despite I think Switch 2, selling good right out the gate, like it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting to see just how much this like impacts it, and if it is kind of just another Wii U situation.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope not, because of as popular as the Switch was, I really, really hope not. One of the games that I'm amazed that you haven't mentioned is Fantasy Life I, because
mhm.
it is Switch 2 exclusive, isn't it? Or am I
No,
wrong?
no, it's not Switch 2
I
exclusive.
thought it
They
was
have
exclusive. That's why
no,
I was
they
curious.
they have a Switch 2, they have a Switch 2 version of it now,
Okay. That maybe that I saw it, and so I
but
have
it came out before the Switch 2.
I got you, because I thought it came out with the Switch too, and because that's the one I saw, and I haven't seen the original one on there, so that's why. You can always get the upgrade and get the new one for it at some point and play it, because I know how much you like the first one.
I just
But
I I don't know that I can tell the difference, honestly. I don't know that it's worth a $10 upgrade. I don't think I care enough about graphics to pay $10 more for an up to upgrade a game that I own, you
I
know?
care enough to do it for frame rate. I notice frame rates. I don't necessarily notice fidelity, but I'll notice the frame rate being increased. And I
Yeah.
noticed it a lot going back to some of the Switch one games from Mario Kart World.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell like when we first started playing Mario Kart World, like we had earlier that same day we had been playing Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. And it's
Yeah,
like, you go from that to playing World and it's like it loads faster, it looks prettier,
it's a
like
lot faster.
it looks really nice. It's just not as fun.
That's
But um but no, like I don't know. I just don't think I care enough
that makes me
to
really
pay for
sad.
it. I don't care enough to pay the $10.
Nah,
The way my brain works is like, okay, I can upgrade like all these games for $10 that I want to play on Switch 2 to make them run better,
right.
or I could just buy like a one whole new game with that money.
See, and I don't have many of them that I would pay the upgrade for right now. And if I ever play Tears of the Kingdom, I'll get that one because I still haven't played it. I'm gonna borrow your copy of it if you have a physical copy and play it at some point because it's fine. I just haven't had the desire to,
Yeah,
and I'll use the NSO upgrade for it. But outside of that, like I don't have any. And so I would definitely do it for like one-off games. I would not
yeah.
do it for my entire library. Like
Well,
I got on with Super Mario Odyssey the other day because apparently it had a free upgrade, and it's really pretty in the new remaster. Basically, the graphics are crisp. The frame rate really is gorgeous when you're running around playing, and I am incredibly glad I didn't pay $10 for it
yeah,
because I wouldn't get my money's worth on it for a new game like Final Fantasy I. Oh my goodness, Fantasy Life I. I would definitely be playing it and or paying it and getting the new version. And if I didn't already have and love the 3DS version of Bravely Default, I would probably get that. But I've already beaten it and
yeah,
have my save game that I care about and just love the 3DS too. That's another problem for me being a collector is I have the 3DS that I still play and have plugged up in the living room right
yeah.
now. And I'm one of those people who I'm not the target audience for that one because I can play the original of it because I have it downloaded from the eShop back when you could download things from the eShop.
Yeah, I mean that's my thing. Is Fantasy Life I is just kind of a cartoony, chibi looking game.
Yeah,
It's like, I mean, it looks pretty. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like a game like that. The graphics are not as important to me. Like
right,
it's the gameplay and the gameplay loop that is just so fun and
right.
addicting. And like while this is Austin's disappointment episode, I guess, didn't mean for it to be. It just became that. The thing with Tears of the Kingdom is like it was fine, but like you're in the same world as Breath of the Wild again.
Right,
And so it's kind of just like it felt like I was just retreading Breath of the Wild, but with refinements. It felt like somebody had just
right.
upgraded Breath of the Wild, where like the reason Breath of the Wild was so memorable to me and I loved it so much was because of all these big moments of discovery,
Yeah,
right? Like you're just walking around, all of a sudden there's like a dragon that's just flying over you, and it's kind of like, what? What does
yeah.
that do?
It
And you
was
like go and
amazing the
chase
first
it.
time that happened.
Yeah, and so it's like Tears of the Kingdom loses that because you're in the same Hyrule, and it's like, yes, things have changed a little bit, but it's like a lot of it really looks the same. It's like the same engine. It's like a direct sequel.
Hmm.
And so it's kind of like playing Breath of the Wild all over again rather than like a truly like new experience,
It suffered from
which
sequelitis a lot, I've heard. And I've
yeah,
heard so many people say it was a masterpiece, but I've also heard the same thing from you where it's like, it's another one, which is kind of where
yeah.
I've landed on my desire to play it. Is it's another one.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what if you liked Breath of the Wild because of all like the discovery and surprises, which is why I liked it, then Tears of the Kingdom is going to be disappointing. If you liked Breath of the Wild because of the fun puzzles that you could solve
Yeah.
and you wanted some dungeons thrown in there, then you'll probably like Tears of the Kingdom. It has, added physics and mechanics and
Right.
has more like traditional-ish dungeons and stuff. Um, but it's also at the same time like it's fine. It wasn't
And not worth and but if you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber, you get that upgrade for free. So if you do plan on playing it or have it, you get that one included with the price. I guess it's not for free. I guess you get it included with your subscription price. But before we run out of time,
I was
I
about to say we
promised
have to
everybody I promised
yeah.
everybody in our last episode that I was going to lick a Switch on camera. And I have my Switch behind me here. If you're watching on YouTube or anything like that, or any of the other video consoles, the video services. So here I'm going to grab it and I'm going to see if this film tastes bad because, and as Jennifer put it this morning when I told her I was going to do this, I don't know why they would. It's not like you can eat a Switch in one bite. And
That's
I'm
that's
like,
true.
that is true. So I've got
But
my Switch.
also you were right. I did check it out when I first got a Switch 2, and it
Yeah,
was like if no one had told me there was a film there, I would never know. It looks just like a
never,
screen.
never know it. Oh, you can see the reflections in here if
Yeah.
you have the videos. Like,
Hi Austin's reflection.
you're waving at each
Uh,
other now. It's like, hey,
hi
hi,
Austin.
BJ.
Yeah.
Hi, Austin. Okay, now we're done playing with the cameras like we're three. I'm going to lick it and I'm going to see. So here it is. Switch.
Wow, that was like a good lick.
No, nope.
Nothing.
The Switch tastes
Just
like nothing. It's that will be the pull quote for every one of you guys. The Switch tastes like nothing.
Switch
The Switch
2
2 tastes like
tastes like
nothing.
nothing.
So with
Well,
that, yep.
I'm glad we didn't just waste our time,
Yep, glad we
everyone's
didn't waste our
time.
time. I hope we I hope that we have settled something for you today on it. And like I said, after a little bit more time with the Switch 2, I probably wouldn't have gotten it at launch, but since I did, I'm glad it's there. And Jennifer and I have talked about selling it actually, and getting our money back and spending that elsewhere. So we'll just have to decide on that. But
So if
anyway,
you're listening and want to Switch 2,
uh,
BJ,
I
we have to
might
figure
have
this out.
one that I'll sell for just a little bit less than than retail.
Retail
Anyway,
value.
if you want to talk to us, where can they hear from us? Where can they say something to us, Austin?
Oh yes. Blue Sky or Twitter at Dragon Quest FM, and I'm at Blue Sky at Dragon Questin.
And I'm on Blue Sky at bjkgames.com and BJK Games on Twitter. And you can always support this podcast and get me more switches to lick at patreon.com/slash Dragon Quest FM. We have weekly mini-sodes up, and you can listen to those if you're a subscriber. So thanks a bunch. Thanks to all of our patrons as is. And we will talk to you next week.
Bye everybody.
Bye, y'all.